This is the Bush Whisperer coming at you from the beautiful Boulders Penguin Sanctuary, southern tip of Africa, Cape Agulhas, Simonstown, Cape Town. Taking action. Come to talk to you today about taking action. Sometimes we talk, and sometimes we do. And there are times in life when talking just won't work. There are times when you just simply have to take action. Sometimes people will challenge you. Sometimes people will try to take advantage of you. And sometimes it's important for you to lay down the rules. Where do you stand in this world? What will you tolerate? The idea of endless tolerance of the Buddhist mistranslations are not what I'm about. I think there needs to be a sense of balance. Shaman aren't living in an endless state of tolerance where they will just tolerate nonsense forever. If somebody's getting on your face, you ask them to stop. If they don't stop, you take action. That's the real world. And if you've got a child and you ask a child to stop doing something I'll give you an example. My son and myself walking to the beach. I was going to take him to the golf course. We were walking along the golf course and he was hitting the ground, hitting the surroundings, and I asked him 3 times to stop. And he didn't. So I confiscated his golf club, and then he started trying to fight me for it. So I cancelled the day of the golf course. And so he became disrespectful. And stop that. And so I said to him that if it doesn't stop, I'm going to take that golf club, I'm going to walk out onto the rocks, I'm going to throw it so far to sea you'll never see it again. And I will. He knows I will. He knows. Don't mess with Daddy. When Daddy says he's going to take action, he's going to take action. So sometimes you just got to literally take action. So I cancelled the day for him going to the golf course now because of his attitude. It's important for our children to learn business. What is business? What is acceptable? What is not acceptable? And in life, sometimes adults can behave like children. And so we've got to keep it real. There are times when you just need to take action. And I'll give you an example. If somebody's causing trouble with you, you might want to take action. Just get up and walk away. Don't have anything to do with that person. Somebody wants to start an argument with you, walk away. And don't interact with that person. That person wants to call you, don't answer their phones. Take action. Keep it real. If you have to remove someone from your social network because they don't know how to behave, do so. Remove them. Don't be afraid. Don't be, oh, well, I've been friends with them for a long time. No, keep it real. If they are behaving in a bad way, put them out of the picture until they can learn to behave properly. They will get the picture. They will get the message if they're meant to. And if not, the universe will replace them. That's how the universe works. There's 7 billion people on the planet. And the same set of archetypes you're going to attract towards yourself. But sometimes when you take action, you get an opportunity to view things from a different perspective. And that perspective is so important. Gives you an open mind, an open heart to the situation. I'll give you a classic example. If you've ever been in a situation of abuse or harassment, or you know someone who's been in a situation of abuse and harassment, people get stuck in those cycles. And I can speak from experience. I've been there. I know exactly what it's like. Because you want to do the right thing. I'm going to have to go and throw this golf course in the sea.
Do not.
Sit down and be quiet. Don't make me talk again. Don't touch the golf club. So, and that's the last time I'm telling you. Next time I'm going to do it. So, it's important to draw the line. You need to know where your line is. You need to look within your heart and decide what's the line that you will not cross. What's the line you will not have crossed. As a man, if you've got a woman, a wife, girlfriend, partner, whatever you want to call her, and some other man comes and puts his hands all over her, uninvited, and I've had this happen to me with my ex-wife when we were in Sri Lanka in Asia, you've just got to take action. There are times when words aren't going to do it. There are times when words just won't cut it. And you simply got to take action. And the moment you do take action, you set currents in motion. So in that situation, there was about 15, 20 drunk fishermen. And one of them had put his hand up the back of his skirt while we were walking, literally in broad daylight. They were drunk. And because I grabbed the one and pinned him to the wall, and they saw I meant serious business, all of them got a bit afraid. Because I somehow picked him up off the ground with one hand. Because when I'm angry, I'm quite strong. So my point is, I prevented a situation getting out of hand. If I hadn't taken action, they could have gotten ideas. They might have progressed to something worse. Okay, the fact that I'm a really properly trained fighter helps. So they probably realized, those that get too close would end up hospitalized before they got to take me down. And so action is important. Martial arts, I always recommend people should train in martial arts, because that way you're able to protect yourself. You're able to take action if you need to protect your space. And it's not about being a pushover. It's not about pushing people over. It's about deciding how far you're prepared to go and how far you're allowed, or how far you will allow others to walk into your space. And I've found that with women, I've had a weakness, and I've allowed a woman to abuse me and harass me, And sometimes we will do what we think is the right thing for love, because we feel like we want to help someone, or we feel we've got to do the right thing for that person, and we make excuses for that person while bad things happen to them in their lives, and we've all done it. But it comes down to the bottom line. You've got to keep it real. You've got to learn to be in a state of harmony with yourself. You've got to learn to be true. You've got to learn to call it what it is. And when it's time to take action, take action. Think about it. Don't react. If you don't take action when it's time to take action, you'll end up being pushed over the edge, and you'll react. And rather than react, it's better to take action, because when you react, you're probably not going to be consciously doing what you choose. And when you don't consciously choose what you want to do, then you might do more than you intended. And then you might actually cause the forces of causality to turn the tides against you. So this is why it's important to be conscious, and to operate from a point of conscientious awareness, and to take action when it's time to take action, rather than to allow things to go past the point of no return. And the same can be said for anything. It could be in the workplace. Your boss could be taking advantage of you, and you could be afraid. Where if you don't allow that and you just take action right in the first point, I'll give you an example. The boss starts asking something of you in the workplace that is out of contract. What do? Do the work, then get home and send him an email immediately complaining about how it's not in your job description, and quote your contract to him and say that you felt harassed. Now you've taken action, and now he's in a position where he can't actually just do anything, because if he does something, it could be seen as an affront towards you, and then you would have labor law on your side. So there are a lot of ways that you can take action cleverly. I always say to my clients who come to me, they're having problems with their boss, I say, did you email him? They say, no. I say, well, that's your mistake. Right in the beginning, when they start pushing their foot over the line, you start emailing them, pointing out that my contract says this is my job description. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I feel like I'm being bullied into doing something that's not my job. Please, will you get the correct... And then what happens is you get to work the next day and the boss apologizes to you, because they realize they can't give you a letter now, but you can actually cause trouble for them. Their license as a manager could be in void because it could be seen as harassment. So there are a lot of different ways of dealing with the situation. There are a lot of different ways of keeping it real. And you don't have to lose your temper. If you leave it to go past the point of no return, then you probably will lose your temper, and then you'll probably make a mistake. So that's my advice to you. When it's time to take action, take action. Keep it real, keep it sweet. My son's mom doesn't know how to take action, so she gets angry. She loses her temper. I don't get angry, lose my temper. Not in a hurry. I try not to do it with my son. I'll rather just take action when it's time to take action. This is something for those of you that are parents to take a page out of this book. Rather be strict ahead of time with your kids, so that you can be strict with a smile and feel good in your heart. And that way they will actually be more likely to learn from the experience. Because I notice when his mom shouts or raises her voice or gets angry, he doesn't learn anything. In fact, he gets worse. And when I become cool, calm, and collected and take action like I'm taking action now, he seems to learn much more from the experience. And I think it's the same for adults. So bear that in mind next time. Take action while you're still cool. That way you'll get it done right. This is the Bush Whisperer, sharing a few words of practical use in the world of life around us. And don't let anybody walk all over you, because that's not what spirituality is about. Have an absolutely gorgeous day. Enjoy the day, the week, the month. And remember, take action when it's time to take action.